Well, I am so pleased to be able to talk about this young lady. She is so inspiring. She is so dedicated to her cause. She is uplifting. I love her presence. She just shines. She has so much dedication to her drive to inspire women. And the person I'm bringing up now is Miss Debra Day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I mean, if you guys are not seeing this opportunity and not taking advantage of the resources and the people that are here in this room and also standing up in front of the room, that's a major, major, major mistake. I mean, Miss Donna Middleton, she's someone who I have had the pleasure of working with very, very closely. She works with me with the Small Business Originators, and she's also working with me to build women, inspiring women. And I'm telling you, I can call her at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I can call her at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and she always takes my call. And if I miss her and she's not available, she always calls me back. And I can always, when she don't call back, I go, she's really, really busy. So I'm very, very excited that I have someone of that magnitude in my corner. Also, everyone that spoke today, they're part of Women Inspiring Women Board of Directors. And Mr. C, he said, Debra made a great decision by having all of these individuals that are coming up in front of the room as her board of directors. And I'm telling you what, and Donna also said, she said, you want to make sure that your board of directors are individuals that know your drive and know and see and understand your vision. And everyone that I chose, including Mr. C, to be part of my board of directors, they know what I am trying to accomplish with Women Inspiring Women, and they also practice them a vet way: mind, vision, energy, and also technology. So I get the pleasure of speaking to you guys today about the steps to approval, okay, for the business funding. And I want to talk about the process, okay? The process of the business funding is very, very crucial. It's very, very important that we all understand the process. We are going to a new system with this young man that came in today to see us and hear the presentations. And it's going to be really automated, but the process, like I said, is very, very important and very crucial. What I'm noticing as the National Small Business Originator is we have individuals that are bringing clients in the system, but the follow-up is not there. And the follow-up is very, very crucial, okay? It's very, very important. So once you bring your client into the system, we consider those clients as pre-approved. And my goal is to take them from a pre-approval status to approval. But I do need you to help me help you, okay? Help us help you. And what I mean by that is sometimes even though we help you with your clients, we also need you to help us help you and also help your clients. Mr. Brian Perkins, I always point him out when I speak about this because he is the top producer for business funding. He's gotten the most 700 score applications in the door, and he's had a significant amount of funding, not only for himself and his family, but for his clients as well. And he is someone that I use as an example because every time I call him with an issue with his client, he's Johnny on the spot. Every single time. I don't have to ask him more than once to get me some documentation. I don't have to ask him more than once to help me contact the client or locate any information that I need regarding that client to push that client's approval. So my goal again is to take your client from a pre-approval status to approved. But again, help us help you. And by doing that, when we make a request, we definitely need you to step in and step up so that we can help push your loans through, okay? As he stated earlier, I am there to make it happen. I'm there to make it happen, and that's my goal, is to make it happen. That's actually my strength, and that's actually my talent, is to make it happen and push it through. And sometimes I might push you to get that information in, but I'm sure you guys know and heard the verbiage of tough. It's called tough love, and that's what I give. And a lot of times I do push, and but the goal for me to push because I'm showing you tough love. So don't take it personal when I'm on you about getting documentation, or don't take it personal when I'm calling you off the hook until you call me back, because I will continue to call. Now, I spoke about follow-up on the required documentation. Man, it's really, really key, and it's very, very important. Documentation is very, very important. A lot of times, the affiliates that are in the program, they kind of get stagnant. Once that loan is in the door, it's like they lose contact with their client. They kind of like disappear. And so what happens when they disappear, the client disappears as well. And so I can only control so much. We can only control so much. So we really need your participation with your clients and with me direct. I'm kind of like the liaison. You know, I go to the underwriters direct, and I help facilitate. But I will need you to help facilitate as well. I want to use an example, actually a testimony of a young lady who came to the program in January, Mr. Mooney's client. Her name is Jacqueline. And she came in January. He put me on the phone with his client, and I gave her some instructions. And she followed those instructions. But we also still submitted her to the underwriter. And the reason why we wanted to submit her to the underwriter is because the underwriter will give specific steps on the client and what the client needs to do. And sometimes, I spoke about this in the past, where we live in a right now society where we want everything right now. We put popcorn in the microwave for 2.5 minutes and it takes 3 minutes, but we're always taking it out really early. Going through a drive-through, and we get upset and get a chip on our shoulders because they say, can you wait because your fries are not ready? That's considered a right now society. But this young lady, she was very, very patient. She did exactly what we told her to do. I told her to go apply for some additional trade lines because her credit, even though she had great scores, her credit was really kind of still weak. So I submitted her to the underwriter, and I kind of had an idea what the underwriter was going to say, but that's not my choice to choose whether or not the client is approved or not. So we're going to throw it up against the wall and see if it's going to stick. So the underwriter told this young lady specific steps on what to do and told her to come back in June. Now remember, this was in January. This young lady came back in June, did exactly what I told her to do and advised her to do, but more importantly, she did exactly what the underwriter told her to do, step by step. And she's going through the process right now. She's pre-approved for $30,000 to $40,000. I believe she's sitting at $18,000 right now in funding, and by the time we're done, she may end up over $40,000. You never know. But it's very, very important where you help your clients understand that when they come into the system, we consider them as pre-approved. They are pre-approved. We pre-approve everyone. It's not our decision. But the client also have to understand that it may not be right now. No doesn't mean, it could be, 3 months, come back in 3 months, come back in 6 months, or come back at the end of the year. But that client will walk away with a plan on what they should do and how they should do it. And if they follow that plan, if they follow the plan, guys, which is the affiliate's responsibility to help facilitate that, to make sure that your client follows the plan, not only for the client, but for you. Because at the end of the day, you're bringing this client in to help give back to the community, but also to help your income. So if you follow up, because follow-up is very, very important with that client, making sure that they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, what the underwriters recommended them to do, in 6 months or 3 months or however long it takes, then you're doing you're doing a very, very important thing, which is making sure that your client is getting the 700 scores or higher scores and the documentation that's required, but you're also bringing income into your household. I have a question for you guys. Mr. C asks this question all the time. He says, how many of us want millionaire privileges? Everybody in the room raised their hand. This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to have millionaire privileges. As a matter of fact, you have millionaire privileges right now. These key speakers that came up in front of the room are giving you just that. Mr. C is giving you just that, millionaire privileges, the opportunity. But we always say what we want, but it's also how you act. Are you going to act on the millionaire privilege opportunity that's being presented to you today? Are you going to forget about it once you walk out of the door? That's the question. If you want millionaire privileges and you raised your hand, then we look forward to you acting on the millionaire privileges and all the resources that's being presented to you guys today. Are you guys going to act on it is the question.